There's a cop who decided to resign over his police issued communication device, but he also wanted to make sure that other cops were unlawful, breaking the law and not following orders. Here it is.
For the next minute or so, I'm a police officer for the Tacoma Police Department. This message is to the police in DC and other cities that have spineless and tyrannical leaders such as mine. Stop allowing the left and the media to use our profession for political gain. The Freedom Convoy is coming, and you will be tested. If you violate people's constitutional rights due to the orders of some liberal tyrant, conservatives will turn on you. And they absolutely should for you doing so. Let us not forget that conservatives support law enforcement as they realize it is essential to upholding our rights and freedoms as Americans. Please do not repeat what happened in Canada, as it only fuels the liberal narrative, divides our country, and goes against everything America is about. If you are going to stay in the profession, do it honorably. Remember, your oath is ultimately to uphold and support liberty, which is the absolute foundation this country is built upon. Police each other. And now for the fun part. X-ray 144 Tacoma.
X-ray 144.
I'll be signing off for the last time. Just want to say cheers, boys, and let's go, Brandon.
This country was not built upon the idea of liberty, but rather oppression, chaos, tyranny, violence. You see, policing is not the goal. Policing is a methodology to get to a place called public safety. But we allowed policing to hijack the public safety narrative. So now, instead of us talking about what can actually impact public safety, what can we do to invest in public safety, which is the outcome, we are now accepting policing as the public safety model. Police officers are not designed, nor do they have the capacity to be your holistic public safety outcome. For the last 5 years, crime has steadily increased in most major cities in the United States of America. For the last 5 years, police budgets have increased steadily in the United States of America. The math ain't adding up. If your public safety is codified in the continuation of a robust police department, why is it that police departments are more funded today than in the history of policing, and still they are unable to decrease crime in your local community? Anytime a politician brags about, we gave the cops more money, that is something they should be embarrassed to say, because they're telling you they have no solutions to solve the underlying issues that lead to criminality in the first place. They are admitting defeat. They are letting you know we are simply going to throw money, hire more cops while crime increases because we failed to be thoughtful about addressing what led to the crime in the first place. Policing is one aspect of public safety. It is not public safety. It was not designed to be public safety. Remember, policing is the method, public safety is the outcome. It's the expectation. Defund the police means this. We look at public safety from a holistic point of view. That public safety involves smart investments into the community. If we have an issue with homelessness, or underlying issues connected to alcohol addiction or drug addiction or crimes of survival, we address those things head on. If you are a police officer, you know that many of the calls you get, they don't need a cop, they need a social worker, they need a mental health professional. If you are a police officer, you should stand with me and say, we do need to defund the police. We need to take some of that inflated budget and actually spend it on things that decrease crime. Because police officers, at the end of the day, are reactionary agents to crime. They statistically are not as effective at stopping crime as some of the other smart investments are. Okay, let's talk about this cop. He's already resigned. This is from Tacoma, the Tacoma police officer. His name is Robert Hollingsworth, has been placed on administrative leave even though he says he has resigned. That's according to the department leaders after discovery of an online video that violates city policy. Hollingsworth, the cop, 33 years of age, recently created a video while sitting in a patrol car wearing his department uniform that praised a planned trucker protest and referred to Tacoma's leaders as spineless and tyrannical. Hollingsworth warns other police officers not to hinder the protest. His statement is general, urging officers to resist orders, though he gives no specific examples. According to the statement from the Tacoma Police Department, Hollingsworth's official resignation date is March 13th. The post or the video was made at the end of Officer Hollingsworth's last patrol shift. The statement reads, it adds that the department was preparing Saturday to serve Hollingsworth administrative leave paperwork, which will require him to surrender his service weapon badge and department identification. Their statement concluded the department had no prior knowledge of the individual's personal political views or their intention to post those videos to social media while at work. The opinion expressed by this employee does not reflect the opinions of the city of Tacoma Police Department. Use a damn lie. You think he's the only one? That lets go Brandon is cold for his other colleagues. He definitely has friends, and you have an issue of culture at your police department. Deal with it as such, because I guarantee you, if this would have been some other dynamic, you would say, hey, we need to investigate all of it, right? This cop is one representative of many in that police department. In a follow-up video, Hollingsworth says he is considering rescinding his resignation. Think about it, rescinding his resignation and pursuing legal action, claiming that other officers made similar statements in uniform. He adds that he has been served with papers regarding administrative leave and refers to an apparent search by police for his service weapon. The man said he quit, and when they agreed with him quitting, he said, oh, no. I now would like to take back my resignation. Damn. Is that hard to get rid of a cop, that a cop can literally quit and still get a paycheck and still have a job? You got to think about how crazy this is. No other government department in city or county would have this kind of protection. If you work for watershed management, good luck. If you work in the transportation department, good luck. Because I guarantee you, if you mess up, nobody's going to go do a GoFundMe for you. You will not be placed under some protected leave while you still get paid. You will be fired because they don't believe in reforming other departments. They believe in replacing them, except when it comes to policing. Now, all of a sudden, we need to work with everybody, even those that violate not only policy, but law. Adrian, thoughts?
I understand that police departments have unions, and so I'm sure there is some union process, but at the same time, as you've noted, he resigned. Right. So why not just accept it and move on? Why go through all of this paperwork, administrative leave, and given these other opportunities and chances to now pull the shenanigans? Also, for the Tacoma Police Department to claim they had no idea who he was, that tells me you even have a problem because you didn't know who this person was, yet he was among your ranks. You gave him a weapon and you deputized him to have control and power over citizens. Like, come on, you should have known this is still on you. You do not get to wash your hands of it. And now it sounds like with his antics that you may even face some kind of legal consequence for it. This is clearly a you issue. You should weed these people out and get them out and essentially just get your stuff together.
Now, Adrian, I gotta tell you, I'm a 40-year-old black male. And I've seen a lot of things in my lifetime. Now, you're an attorney, you understand employment law like I never will. So let me ask you this, because this must be a white thing. I have never heard of somebody resigning and then suing the agency they resigned from for agreeing with their resignation. You got to help me out on this one.
Well, if you are claiming discrimination, you can say that it was essentially a constructive discharge, that you were forced out of the job by virtue of the discrimination. But it doesn't seem to be what he is claiming here. But it did seem like he's trying to tee up some kind of discrimination claim by virtue of saying that, there are other people in the department who have voiced similar political beliefs, but they have not been punished the way that I did, where I felt I had to leave and been constructively discharged. The thing is he's not a member of a protected class, but I don't necessarily know Washington civil rights law and if it goes even further to protect political beliefs or whatnot. But being a white male, I can't necessarily see how there's going to be a discriminatory treatment unless they were women or people of color who were making similar statements and they were not subject to the retaliation that this man probably will claim that he was subject to. Either way, it's going to be a nuisance.
Wow, fascinating.